Hello children, in previous class we have studied about some other plant fiber. Okay, so we have studied some other plant fiber like coir, flax, linen, hemp, ramin, and animal fiber like silk and wool. So let's continue with the lesson.
Man-made fibers. The fibers that are made from chemical substances obtained from petroleum or coal are called synthetic fibers. These chemicals are usually plastic which are heated to melt. The melted chemicals are then forced through the spinnerate which contains fine holes. Long threads comes out from these holes which are then cooled to solidify. These threads are used for making fabrics. Example, synthetic fibers are nylon, terylene, polyester, rayon, etc. Rayon is a semi-synthetic fiber which is made by mixing of synthetic fiber with the plant fiber. Next is advantages of man-made fiber. Tell me advantages. Very good. They are stronger than natural fiber. They do not wrinkle. They are resistant to stain, water and insect. Disadvantages of man-made fiber. They do not allow air to pass through them easily. They cannot absorb sweat, therefore are not suitable for wearing in the summer season. They catches fire easily. Next one is uses of synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers have variety of usage. They are used to make ropes, parachutes, raincoat, jackets and fishing nets. Synthetic fibers are mixed with the natural fibers to make dress material. Next one is fiber and fabrics. Fibers cannot be made into fabrics directly. They are first twisted into yarn which are longer, thicker and stronger. We use these yarns to make fabrics. Hence, there are two steps involved in making fabrics from fibers. First one is fibers are first converted into yarn by the process of spinning. Second one is yarn are converted into fabrics by the process of weaving or knitting. First one is spinning fibers to yarns. In this process of spinning, fibers from the mass of cotton, wool or silk are drawn out and twisted. This brings the tiny fibers together to form a long twisted thread called yarn. In the case of cotton, these fibers are spun into yarn by drawing out and twisting the fibers together from the cotton ball. Yarn can be made from fibers by using three devices. Hand spindle, this is known as takli. Spinning wheel, this is known as charkha. Spinning machine, these are the power generated machines which changes fiber into yarn. Next one is yarn to fabric. To make cloths, yarn need to be converted into fabric. There are two processes of making fabrics from yarns. These are weaving and knitting. First one is weaving. It is the process of making fabric by arranging two sets of yarn. One set of yarn is arranged horizontally and other set is arranged vertically in a crisscross pattern over the first set. Merits of weaving. Advantages. Weaving makes the fabric firm. Woven fabrics do not stretch and are thus easy to handle. Woven fabrics are easy to print and embroider. Next one is weaving with the two sets of yarn. Machines used for weaving two sets of yarn called looms. These can be operated manually, example by hand or by power. When it is operated by hand, it is called as hand loom. When it is operated by power, it is called as power loom. Designs are viewed into the fabric by the weaver. They use different kinds of threads or metallic wires and decorations to view in the designs in the cloths. Fabrics that are made by weaving are dress materials, sari, mats, and carpets. Next one is knitting. We see many people knitting sweater with wool. In this process, a single yarn is used to make a fabric. The process of making a fabric by interlocking loops of single yarn with knitting needles or machines is called knitting. Knitted fabrics are more stretchable than woven fabric. Therefore, they are used for undergarments, t-shirts, short pants for sports, socks, etc. They are used in sweaters, mufflers, gloves, socks, etc. Merits or advantages of knitting. Fabrics can be produced by single yarn. The extensibility and stability of the fabric will be better. Disadvantages are if we pull single yarn, then the fabrics get unraveled continuously. Next one is history of clothing. Early man used to cover their bodies with animals' skin in colder region and with the bark, leaves and grass in warmer regions. After the invention of stitching needle, they started making cloths from animal skin. They used bones as the stitching needles. With the progress of civilization, people started doing agriculture and they learned weaving by hand using plant materials and making clothes for themselves. People used to wrap their body with cloths without stitching them like sari, lungi, dhoti, turban, sarang and dupatta. After learning how to weave, they learn the use of sewing needles. This helps them to make varieties of fitted cloths.